In this segment, we discuss a glucometer known as the Accu-Check Aviva Plus. We can start by taking a set of keys or a sharp blade or even a pen and breaking that seal. Inside, you'll notice the glucometer as well as a set of instructions, a troubleshooting manual, as well as warranty and registration information, and also a quick start guide. Okay, but I'll be discussing most of those items today. It comes with a carrying case, which you can unzip. And in it, you'll find the glucometer itself, the test strips, the Lancet device, which helps prick your finger and draw a little bit of blood, and also Lancets and a control solution. The first thing you'll open would be the test strips. Test strips are made up of various chemical layers, and they do expire over time. So you always want to check to make sure it's not expired. You can open up the test strip vial. Test strips are also sensitive to heat, sunlight, moisture. So you want to just take out one test strip at a time and make sure you seal it tightly. Once you take out the test strip, you'll notice that there's a bottom side and a top side. Also a blood collecting area and a microchip. In order to turn on any glucometer, all you have to do is insert the microchip into the glucometer, and that automatically turns it on. It'll indicate for you to wait a little bit, and then it'll further indicate that it's ready for a droplet of blood. You can set this aside. This set comes with the Lancet device as well as a few starter Lancets. Next, you need to prepare the Lancet device in order to prick your finger in order to draw a small amount of blood. In order to do so, you're going to just take out one Lancet. You're going to just pull this open, just like so. And you're going to insert this until it's flush. You can twist off the needle cover, and then you can just put this back on. And now you can dial up how deep you want the puncture to be, okay? 0.5 being the most shallow and 5.5 or 6 being the most deep, okay? Usually the default is anywhere between 2 and 3, okay? If you notice that you're bleeding too much at this amount, then you can go up, or you could go down to 2. If you feel like you're not bleeding enough, you can crank it back up to 3, okay? In order to prepare this Lancet, you just have to press down here as if you were using a pen, and then this area here lights up. That indicates that it's ready to fire. Okay, I'm just going to do a test fire here. So that what happened there was the needle came out and it retracted back in. Okay, so now you're ready for pricking your finger. Now you want to prepare your finger to draw a small amount of blood. The first thing you want to do is either wash your hands with soap or water, use hand sanitizer, or use an alcohol swab. Okay? We do this for two reasons. Number one is if you had any residual, let's say an apple or juice that was on your finger, it'll show up on the glucometer. And number two is if you're piercing the skin, you don't want to introduce any bacteria. Okay? So go ahead and let that dry. Just air dry and don't blow on it. Okay, just let it air dry. And once it's air dry, then you are ready to prick your finger. What you'll notice is that the glucometer turned off because there's a battery saving mode. In order to turn it back on, remember, pull it back out and put it back in. Wait for the timer to indicate that it's ready, and it'll say ready for a droplet of blood. You're going to take the Lancet device and you're going to place it on the side or the top of your finger tips, okay? You want to avoid the finger pad, not because it doesn't make it accurate, but because it hurts more, okay? So you could do it at any of the side of your fingertips, and we do want you to rotate so that it does have time to heal. Since I already cleaned this particular finger, this is where I'll be using it, okay? So again, hold it to the side of your fingertip and press down on the yellow button, okay? It releases the needle. What you can do is just squeeze out a small amount of blood, okay, about that much. You can hold the glucometer at about 45 degrees and let it take the blood. Okay, you gently place this down so that it reads the glucose, and then you can take a tissue and just hold it and apply pressure to stop the bleeding. Additionally, you could use a Band-Aid, but for most people, once you apply the pressure, it stops bleeding really quickly. Okay, so here it indicates that my blood sugar is currently 90. Once you obtain the reading, you can determine whether or not you are currently in a controlled diabetes state or an uncontrolled diabetes state. The last item that I want to show you is the control solution. Control solution is not frequently used, but if you drop your meter or if it gives you a reading that you don't agree with, or if you had just recently changed the battery, instead of blood, use the control solution and insert it exactly where the blood would be inserted. Okay? It'll give you a reading, and the reading that shows that the glucometer is working just fine is indicated on the vial here. Okay? So for example, this is a level 1 control solution. For level 1, it indicates that it should read anywhere between 30 and 60. So if this glucometer reads 30 to 60, then we know that the glucometer is working just fine. If it doesn't, then there's a 1-800 number on the back of every glucometer in which you can call, and they will help you troubleshoot your meter. Finally, we need to discard these items. So usually test strips can go into any wastebasket, but since I have a sharps container here, I could put it in there. And then these lancets also need to be thrown away in a sharps container. Okay? Most states have a rule that do not allow you to just throw these lancets into any trash can, because waste management goes through your trash and sifts for recyclables, and they could step on your needle and be infected with your blood. So instead, put it into any puncture-proof container or a sharps container that you could purchase at any pharmacy for less than $5. This particular lancet, you just go ahead and put it there, okay, and then you move it forward, and that dumps the needle into the puncture-proof container. You can close this back up, okay, and you could stow everything away. So again, the glucometer goes here. The test strips go here. The lancet device, the control solution, the lancet itself goes into the zippered pocket, and then you can close that up and stow it away for your next usage. Thank you for joining us in this segment, which discusses the Accu-Check Aviva Plus. Thank you.